Hi guys, just a quick message to get yourself comfortable for this video because it's going to be a ride. Enjoy. Hello people, happy Saturday. So in this video I'm going to go and show you how to change your print books into ebooks and make more money through Kindle. Now, if you're new here, then my name is Ben. Welcome to my channel. I like to bring out videos on my self-publishing journey and all the hints, tips and tricks that I have to offer to increase your income online. So if this may be interesting to you, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I bring out new videos. And of course, if you're not part of my Facebook group already, then do give that a joining. We're a community of self-publishers, all aiming to help each other and to really help each other's success. So if you haven't done so already, it's KDP Publishing Success with Ben Chinook, and there's a couple of book interiors in there that you can help yourself and use. And of course, if you're new here, then check out the Residual Royalty Academy. It's a free course that my mate put together to really bridge the gap between starting out in KDP and getting comfortable with the whole KDP cycle. And when you're ready with the free course, then do check the Royalty Accelerator. It's an unbelievably valuable course that really teaches you how to get to 4 figures a month, like he has done with so many of his students. There's a lot of testimonials down here of all the successes that his students have had, so all the details are in the description below. Do give it a checking out if you're serious about publishing. But without further ado guys, let's jump into how to make our ebooks. So you might have seen your favorite KDP gurus talk about Kindle and ebooks, and they might have started seeing blue and red lines coming up on their earnings reports. So if you just do print books, then this graph will just be a black line, but then if you start seeing blue or reds, then they are also publishing via different media. So red will equate to ebooks and blue is Kindle Select, which I will talk about in a little bit. Now, of course, print is still king. As you can see, this month I've done $2,300 and $59 have come from ebooks and $7 has come from Kindle Select. So how do we select our books to put onto Kindle ebook? Now, before we even think about publishing into ebook, we have to look at what ebooks are accepted and which ones aren't. So you have to think about ebook to begin with as something that's going to be electronic. So the reader is going to have to be able to use the ebook as they would do with the print book. So accepted ebooks would be things like novels, non-fiction, recipes, comics, and certain low content. Now, that's not an exhaustive list. There could be a lot more. But generally speaking, the accepted ebooks are ones that can function whilst being an ebook. So you have to bear that in mind. And with bearing that in mind, we go down to ebooks that aren't allowed. So notebooks, for example, that's definitely not allowed because the whole point of a notebook is to write into the notebook. So with an ebook, people can't do that and therefore it's not allowed. The same goes for colouring books. You can't colour in a colouring book on an ebook. Planners, journals and activity books, these are things that aren't allowed because they can't function as their purpose to as an ebook. So bearing that in mind, once you think you have an interior that can be an ebook, so if you know Where's Wally, for example, that would be technically a low content book that would be allowed as an ebook because it's a spot. Is it Spot the Difference? No, it's it's searching the picture for Wally. So even though there's not really much content apart from graphics, that book would still function because you could look at the page and you can still find Wally as the ebook. So that would be an accepted ebook. So that's how your KDP people that do low content books get their books into ebook format and start making royalties through that. So that's if you're wondering. So we've got an acceptable interior. So I've made this beforehand. I've got 50 pages of the word example written on each page. Now, what I want to do is I'd save it as a PDF format as normal. So we go on PDF print like we're making a print book, and I'm going to save that here into my download folder right now. So once that's done, we want to go onto a new window and we want to type in Kindle Create. Now this is going to switch our PDF straight into an ebook, and it's going to be super easy to upload after that. I'll just show you the whole process. I'm going to fast forward this little section as well, so you might see a jump in the screen. It's just because this is going to take a while. Look, 5 minutes left to download, so do bear with me. Right guys, so on Mac is going to take you through this little window here, so we're just going to keep pressing continue, as you would do with downloading anything else. Agree with the license, install, and right guys, I'm going to skip the screen unless this is quick. Oh, okay, that was quick. Right, okay, so once the installation is complete, we're just going to close that, move that to the bin. We're just going to give that a quick flip sake. Sorry guys, one sec. And here we are guys. So it's just uploading as we speak. Right guys, so I just fast forwarded that whole little process there because that took ages to open for the first time. But it brings us to this screen. It will show you next, what's new in Kindle. That's if you just downloaded it now. If you've already got this, I think you should skip that screen. No thanks. So you're going to select new project from file and you're going to select that PDF that you just downloaded. So I always select this bottom one here because then you can upload a PDF as opposed to doc or docx, because I don't really use Microsoft Word to make my books. But if you're making a novel or a non-fiction, then maybe that's a bit more feasible. But for me, I generally upload PDFs. Would like to access your folder? Yes. Right guys, so right, here we are guys. Sorry about that. I just had to skip that because it took me a bit of a while to figure out. But here you have it. So you just select the PDF that you have just downloaded from Canva. And as you can see here, it's the same 50 pages of example that have come up. So if you have a table of contents, i.e. you're doing novel or non-fiction, then you can include in table of contents and you can format it so that it's a clickable thing. I haven't done it myself, so I can't tell you exactly what it does, but generally speaking, it means I think that the Kindle reader can click on a contents section at the contents page and it will take them straight there in the book. So it's a nice neat little feature, but if you're doing low content and you're putting it as an ebook, you don't need to do that. So once you've uploaded it, you can literally just press publish, which is over in the top right hand corner. That's going to take you to that option there, and you want to save it in downloads. So I'll press save, and then it saves it as the working file. Then you need to save it again as a publishable file, the KPF, which is the important format that you want. And I'm just going to leave it called example. In fact, I'm going to call it example final and give that a quick saving. So there you have it. Once you've got this file ready, you can go straight on Kindle. So sorry, KDP. So we're going to go back on Google Chrome and I'm going to type in KDP here at the top. So you can create a Kindle ebook straight away from there, or you can scroll down to your books, and if you've uploaded it as a paperback, there should be an option to also upload it as a Kindle ebook. I'm just going to select this one right here to show you quickly and easily what this is. So essentially it's exactly the same thing as uploading your print books. It gives you exactly the same options. The only difference on the first page is this age and grade range. So if you select these options here, then your book is going to show up in that section in Kindle. So say if you've got a book aimed at 2 to 4 year olds, then you can select the age here, and likewise you can select preschool, kindergarten, all the way to 12th grade. So that's really useful. But yeah, I'm going to fill out this section quickly. I'm going to speed this section up. I'm just going to put some random letters in here for you so we can move on to the next. Right guys, perfect. So now we get onto the different stuff. Now it's going to ask you if you want to select digital rights management or not. Now I don't fully understand this. You might want to read what Kindle has to say about it, and you might want to see what other YouTubers have to say about it. But generally speaking, DRM inhibits, as it says here, the unauthorized distribution of your Kindle file for your book. So really simply put, it just sort of adds an extra layer of security to your book to stop it from spreading and getting copied across the digital world. So if you enable your DRM, then it's going to stop people, it's going to have more restrictions on your book. It's not going to be as easy for people to copy it, which might sound really good on paper, and it's supposed to help protect the copyright. The downside with it is it also stops it from getting organic reach. So a lot of the spread of a book. So especially if you're doing novels and non-fiction, a lot of your marketing will be down to word of mouth. And obviously with your ebook, for example, you might want to put it on someone else's device so they can read it, have a sneak preview of what the book is like or something like that. And DRM actually effectively stops that from happening. So it's like a double-edged sword. That has its downsides, because then you really can't spread your book as you would like to in terms of marketing. So I generally leave mine on no, because I'm not that concerned. I mean, if I've got a low content book, it's not the end of the world if someone tries to replicate it, something like that, because I'm making more books anyway. But if you've got a novel or non-fiction, then I'd really look into it. Maybe ask your lawyer as well if you have one. But yeah, for low content, I pick no, so that's what I'll go with. So once you've done that, you're going to upload your ebook, example final.kpf. So we're going to give that a quick uploading here, and once that is uploaded, I'm going to speed this all up. Here we go. Then you're going to want to upload your cover, but then you notice your cover is JPEG and TIFF only. So your original cover that would have been in PDF for print books now no longer applies. But they also just want the front cover, so they won't allow you to upload the front and the back cover together as you would for a print book. So to get around this, you go back onto Canva, and essentially, if you've already made your book into print format, then save that cover as a PNG and then upload it. So you go down to uploads, upload it onto Canva, and then put it straight into here. So you can see that this was originally a print cover format, but then I've just put it on here. I've sized this document as 6:9 as well, so it's just literally the front cover as you would do for the interior, and just position it how you want so that it's central as well. So as you can see, that's perfectly formatted, and we're just going to save that as the required JPEG. I'm going to put it 100% quality. Actually, I don't know why I do that, because I'm not going to upload this book, but here we have it. So we're just going to go back onto upload your cover file. Just wait for that to come through. I think it's this one here. I didn't give it a name, did I? And boom, sorted. So that's going to take a few seconds to upload. It's a lot quicker than it is with print books. The verification process, where they check your margins are correct and all that, is a lot quicker. So that's really good. And yeah, so just going to talk about these two down here whilst that's uploading. The online preview, you can preview your work online. Oh, look at that, it's already almost done. You can preview your work as you would do with a print book, and of course you can add your own ISBNs, but with ebooks it's actually not required. You don't even need an ISBN for an ebook. But if you do have one, you bought one yourself, you can always add that on. Yeah, I don't really know the benefits of adding an ISBN as opposed to leaving it out if you do have your own, but there you have it. And I'm going to speed this up for you guys. So there it is, guys. So that whole uploading process, once you've got the cover and the manuscript in there, it only really takes about a minute and a half with good internet connection. Maybe that's just because my file size is quite low. I suppose if it's a really large file, then it might take a bit longer. But yeah, for that one, it was about a minute. So really not too bad, guys. So you saw that blue line. I'm going to show you this again. So I've got a blue line here, Kindle Select. The way you get that is just literally by enrolling your book in KDP Select right here, and if you press this little button here, it means that if people pay, do the Kindle Select, so that Kindle Unlimited, which is like a monthly subscription for people on Kindle, so they pay a certain amount a month and they get access to unlimited amount of books, and obviously you click that, your book will show up with that program, and every time someone reads your book, you get paid. So you get paid at different rates. For me, it generally averages, I think, about 3 pages read equals 1 cent. So yeah, so it doesn't really equate to much, as you saw. I mean, I got $7 this month, $14 last month from Kindle Select, but it's just a nice extra bonus. If you're publishing a novel or non-fiction, then this is going to limit you a little bit, because then you can't have your ebook on any other platform apart from Amazon's Kindle. So if you select this, just know what you're in for. You can select others, learn more, and how do I enroll if you have any questions. But if you're publishing low content and you're publishing loads of these books, then it doesn't really matter that I can't distribute it through different channels. It's just a nice little extra income for me. So I always select enroll my book in KDP Select, all territories. And the royalty plan is very simply put 35% or 70%. Now I will talk about this in more depth in another video if you want me to. I'm going to explain it briefly here. Essentially, if you select the 70% plan, so if I type in a number here, $3.99 on the 70% plan, then it's going to give you a lot more royalty if the delivery is low, and the delivery is affected by your file size after conversion. So because mine was 50 pages of the word example written on the front, it wasn't going to be a lot of memory taken, so 70 is the clear choice here. But if I've got a lot of images, if I've published a recipe book, for example, and I've got about 500 images sitting in there and it's 2 gigabytes worth of file size, this delivery cost is going to be absolutely insane. And I'm not going to make any royalty from every sale because the delivery is going to wipe that whole royalty out. So if I had a large file size, I'd select 35% because it doesn't factor in the delivery cost for anything. So that's going to be your better option. So just have a mess around with 35% and 70% depending on your file size, and it's going to show you right here which one gives you the higher royalty. And you'll probably want to select that one. Also, by selecting 35%, you've got a wider choice of prices you can put out, so you can actually price your book as low as 99 cents here up to $200 if you wanted to. So it gives you more flexibility with larger prices like that. So that's really it. If you do have any questions about what I've talked about in this video, then hit up the comment section below. I'll be happy to help answer them. If you have any suggestions for other videos that you'd like to see, if I can bring value to you anywhere, then just hit the comment section below or message me on Facebook. And of course, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe if you haven't done so already, guys. But yeah, that's really been it for me. Take care. Happy publishing today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-da!